broadcasts of Power 4.4 Radio are solely the opinions of the individuals involved and does not represent
when I was outside, I was cold.
Radio
and not Mikey.
Power 4.4 Radio is not responsible for any information reported on the program.
This is Steven, and we can be reached at www.carswithcare.com/entries. Feel free to nominate or submit an entry on your own.
This is Mike. You can also follow us on Facebook at Cars with Care.
This is Damon. You can follow us on IG at Cars with Care.
This is Eric. Please just share on all the platforms that you just heard, and have a happy holiday.
If you're moving, you should call Focus Movers. We got trucks and crews, call Focus Movers. 443-506-7905. We can handle it. We got skills to cover it all. Pack and load and take away your stress. Anywhere delivered for your relocation. 24/7 services. Get a free quote. Don't miss out on it. If you're moving, you should call Focus Movers. We got trucks and crews, call Focus Movers.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your host, Derek Durrell Dixon, on Talking with 3D right here on Power 4.4 with my host, Michael Braxton. Check out Talking with 3D every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we're always sipping the coffee and spilling the tea. If you want the hot topics, this is where you tune in. Talking with 3D right here on Power 4.4. Don't miss it.
Greetings. It's your Queen of Trauma Drama, Evangelist Dr. Tony Terry, asking you to join me every Sunday for the Hour of Power radio show, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. on Power 4.4 Radio. This is a place where you can speak your trauma and eliminate your drama. Again, that's every Sunday, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. on Power 4.4 Radio.
Good morning and welcome to Coffee and Toast. I am your host, Awo Faleyewa, bringing you your motivation. Join us every other Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Power 4.4 Radio.
What's up? What's going on? It's your man, Jay McGraw, the Entrepreneur Corner. Make sure you tune in each and every Friday here on Power 4.4 Radio, live at 6 p.m. Come check your boy out. And remember, the people are the power.
You're listening to Power 4.4 Radio with The Power of Influence with Dr. E every other Friday, 8 p.m. to 9, right here on Power 4.4 Radio. But make sure you download that app Live 365 and look for Power 4.4. It is where people are the power.
You're now listening to the hottest online radio station, Power 4.4 Radio.
Hi, everyone.
What's going on, everybody? What's going on, guys? This is Post Malone. This is Division. This is Kanye. I'm Khalid. This is King Cole. I'm Lil Miles X. Making the motherfucking fire.
Power 4.4 Radio.
Hey there. This is Michael Braxton with Health Tips and Hip Hop. What's going on in your garden of health? Join me with my radio family at Power 4.4 every Wednesday from 6 p.m. until 7 p.m.
I don't know what you said or did before me, but all that I know, you're that kind of girl. I said it, forget it, don't bring that to me. Is that what you want? So right for the season, my pledge of allegiance to me. So many secrets you tell me. My emotional heart. Don't believe it if I don't. If I say I do. If I say I do, don't believe me if I say I do. Don't believe it if I don't. If I say I do. If I say I do, don't believe me if I say I do. Emotionally want that.
Hey everyone, what's growing on in your garden of health? This is Michael Braxton with Health Tips and Hip Hop with Power 4.4. Today we have Derek Dixon here. He is the co-host of the show. Let me say that because on his show, I am the host of his show on every Monday night from 7 p.m. until 8 p.m. Almost said from 7 p to 7 a. Right. I'm working shift work. And along with us, we have Dr. Stratford here, and we also have Javante.
Yes.
And we also have Imani here with us today. And welcome, everyone. Thank you for coming in. And,
what up, what up?
Yes. And first, I'd like to give some congratulations to my sister, Tawanda.
Okay.
She earned her honorary doctorate degree. So, Dr. Tawanda Braxton from the Christian Bible University.
Yeah, you got a doctor.
Right. So, since I was unable to make that ceremony, I'd like to say congratulations, Dr. Tawanda Chloe Braxton.
Yes.
And they also honored my mom, who has her honorary doctorate degree that she received earlier this year. And she received her honorary doctorate degree in humanitarianism.
Okay.
So, wow. Yeah.
So what would you like to say to Dr. Tawanda at this time as we play the graduation music? Dun, 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 dun. Go ahead, make your speech. Dun, 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 dun. I don't know if that's the song. But what would be the speech?
How does that song go?
It started out like that. Yeah. Dun,
okay.
Dun, 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 dun. You only have an hour. Go ahead.
he was slow walking to the mic.
That's how I'm gonna do. Wow! Congratulations.
That's it.
Bam.
Yeah.
And he's starting to sound like he's like in a Ravens huddle or something.
Right.
They be like speech. He be like,
congratulations.
thank you.
Like,
Let's keep it going.
Yeah.
Thank you. Let's keep it going.
You did it.
So we have just a few more days until Christmas. And I guess since we just have a few more days of Christmas, I have another question for everybody. Do you remember the 12 days of Christmas?
Yes.
So, and if you remember, what are all the icons on 12 days of Christmas? A partridge in the pear tree, 2 turtle doves,
3 French hen,
3 French hens,
4 geese of land,
4 geese of land,
5 golden
5
rings,
golden rings,
6
swans are swimming. No, it's 7 swans.
It's kind of hard remembering this backwards.
6 geese of land.
I gotta like think of the song and then it slowly comes to me.
On the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a partridge in a pear tree. No, let's go around the room. Okay, I'm gonna go first. On the first day of Christmas, my true love sent to me a partridge in a pear tree.
On the second day of Christmas, my true love gave to me. I don't remember the lyrics, but I got something.
It's 2 turtle doves.
Did you pull up the song?
My true love gave to me a two turtle ducks
and a partridge in a
Child, we gonna be here all day.
All right.
We gonna be here all day.
What is it? On the third day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 3 French hens.
Is it 3 French hens?
Is it 3 French hens?
Yeah,
3 turtle doves.
2 turtle doves, a partridge in a pear tree.
Okay.
Okay, she got it.
All right.
And then what's next? 4.
We ain't gonna make it through the song.
Just name them all off for us. Name them all off for us.
Okay.
On the 4th day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 4 calling birds, 3 French hens.
No, you start at 12 and go all the way down to 1. You don't have to sing the song. Just 12. What is it?
On the first day of Christmas, my true love sent to me a partridge in a pear tree.
Nah, sweetie. Give me that phone so I can break this down.
Go down.
Here we go.
Okay.
Here we go.
Let's put a little beat to it. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, I should have pulled out my phone.
Now, how do I,
Camera's bouncing around a little.
Oh, you bouncing there. We got 12. The 12th day of Christmas. My true love sent to me. Okay.
Okay.
12 drummers drumming. We had 11. What is it?
Come on now.
Come on now.
Come on,
read it.
I can't even see the way she got her phone on here. A partridge in the pear tree, 2 turtle doves.
No, you got
3.
something from 12.
No, we going the other way, Liz, because that's the way we're going. We got a partridge in the pear tree, 2 turtle doves, 3 French hens, 4 calling birds, 5 golden rings, 6 geese a laying, 7 swans a swimming, 8 maids of milking, 9 ladies dancing, 10 lords a leaping, 11 pipers piping, and 12 drummers drumming. Amen.
I think you remixed it a little bit.
I pulled the lyrics up, so I might be able to say them right there.
No, we got them. We good.
We got them all. Thank you to Imani and Derek.
Yes.
So, but at least I knew the first one was
a partridge in a pear tree. Well, everybody better know that.
Yeah,
everybody better know 12 drummers drumming.
And 5 golden rings. You better know the golden rings.
5 golden rings.
and we trying to get everybody in Christmas. In the Christmas spirit with good health. Remember, what's growing on in your garden of health?
What's growing
So
on?
this week, what went growing on in my garden of health? I caught a little cold.
Yeah, it's been going around. I had one at my Monday.
Not COVID cold, let me say that, because you know people be a little nervous when you say you have a little cold.
Yeah, we all be having COVID.
Exactly. So I took some Robitussin, and I was good.
And
Did you put a little Vicks underneath your nose?
I put a little Vicks on me, so I felt pretty good.
Put some Vicks on your feet and put your socks on. Sweat that stuff out. Did you put some Vicks on your back?
Baby, turn the heat all the way up.
As far as I could reach.
As far as you could reach, that's right.
And it was a real Vicks.
Uh-huh.
You know, sometimes when you go to the store, you buy the
dollar store
the
Vicks.
dollar store.
Yeah,
Vicks.
you got to get the Vicks.
You got to get the real.
So when
Vicks.
you you get that Vicks stuff when you put it on your chest and then you got to put a T-shirt on and you go to sleep and you wake up, you be drenched in sweat. You know that Vicks works.
Exactly, and smelling like Ben Gay all day long.
Yeah.
So
I wonder something.
Mm-hmm.
Now, since Vicks make you sweat a lot when you take it, do it help with losing weight?
That's a good question.
But it's supposed to have eucalyptus.
Eucalyptus.
Yeah, eucalyptus in it to help just kind of open up your pores. And
Yeah, but they say when you sweat, you lose some pounds. So
Right.
I want to. That's something to dig up.
We just gonna have to experiment because it's not like Vicks has side effects. You won't grow a beard, and you know it don't have
side effects. Is you be smelling like menthol the whole day.
Right. So,
but you all want to know something? If you start to lose weight a lot, or if you sweat a lot, you should go to your doctors to see what's going on.
Yeah,
because that's a symptom of
so
something.
there's your first assignment. Look up Vicks menthol and see if it causes you to lose a lot of weight, and then we're gonna be back with that that answer. That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Right here on Health Tips and Hip Hop.
Hey,
Does
man.
Vicks make you lose weight?
I was wondering that.
Right. That's what we're gonna do.
I mean, it makes you sweat.
You said Vicks and menthol?
Yeah.
Right, Vicks. You know the stuff you rub on you?
Yeah.
Just
When you
get
sit.
your nose stopped up or whatever.
You got it.
You know. And my mom used to
My
put it
grandma
on me
used
all
to
the time.
she used to rub that on me, and then she used to make me drink ginger ale.
Right.
Oh, really? Did it work for you, though? So it
Yeah.
made you feel better.
It makes you feel better.
That's
Right.
That's our people's medicine. Some ginger ale. When it
Vicks.
comes to
Ginger ale and some Vicks.
It helps
You
southern,
specifically want me to look at the side effects?
Right.
Okay.
Or
They say- They
It
say
says it causes
listen,
redness and irritation when applied to the skin.
Child, we've been red and irritated for a whole more lives.
All this time I thought I had India in my family.
Right.
That's what I thought the redness was coming from.
It ain't been nothing but some Vicks.
Ain't nothing but some Vicks. Turned you red.
Some good old Vicks.
Good old Vicks.
Red done changed your whole heritage.
You done put it underneath your nose.
Right.
Your nose
right.
was running.
And you thought you had good hair and everything, and it was nothing but that Vicks.
It's
right.
It said it's not safe to use it in the nose, so.
Oh, child, we don't put it in the nose.
Exactly.
Put it under the nose.
Child, there was times your mother said put a little bit on your finger and put it in your mouth.
Oh my.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I haven't had that. I don't recommend that.
Health Tips and Hip Hop did not
recommend that.
Do not.
Yeah. Don't put it in your mouth.
Maybe
that's
Colorado.
That's Colorado. You did all kind of stuff. That kept you
indeed.
warm.
Because in Colorado, they don't call it what do you guys call it? Dressing.
Weed dressing.
Yeah.
Doctor, he said, "Oh, that Vicks work."
Ooh, ain't nothing like some good old Vicks.
So what about you, Derek? What's been going on in your garden of health for the week?
For the week. Well, let me tell you, for the week.
Singer Derek was feeling the same way you was feeling.
Yeah, 'cause I almost didn't come up in here Monday.
He came in.
Yeah.
Oh,
And so, I had, and I still have just a little bit here and there, but I had, my body needed to rest.
Right.
You
so
know?
Did you take anything?
No, and I'm going to tell you why. Because the first day I did, and when you start taking all types of different things, then something else, like my nose is running real bad. And then I felt bad, another way. So I thought, when you start experimenting and taking too much, I was taking something because it was for my sinuses. Then I was taking something for cold and flu. Then I was taking something trying to, the congestion in my chest. So I was like, I'm mixing all this stuff up and I feel worse. So when I stopped that and just drank some fluids, got my body some rest, I felt better.
You felt better. Amen.
So I stopped all that, taking all this over the counter stuff, thinking that was going to, fix me. And I said, now let me go back to just the regular old rest my body way.
Yeah, I mean that typically works, and they say when a person is feeling under the weather, if they sleep well, even exercise. They say that you should try to exercise even while you're sick.
Right.
And 9 times out of 10 you'll feel better.
Well, I wasn't exercising while I was sick.
I
took my behind to the bed. I exercised pulling the blanket up to my chin. That's what I did. I pulled it up to the chin. I let it go.
Did you have
pulled it back up to the chin.
Some tea and lemon, as they say?
No, I didn't even do tea and lemon.
Oh, man.
I rest. That's what I did.
What about the seaweed?
Well, I just wanted to clear my body of anything. So I didn't take anything. Sea moss.
Sea moss. That's
sea moss.
So I really just wanted to clear my body of any vitamins, anything. I just wanted my body to heal naturally, really. That's what my whole mindset was, is that, if it was something more, then I would have went, say, to the ER, or not the ER, but to urgent care, something like that. But I wanted my body to heal naturally.
Right.
So I wanted all of that out of my system. So therefore my body said, okay, now I know what's going on, what to attack, and not be all confused.
See, that was good. Now, I have to say this. When I get sick and I eat greens, it go right through me.
Yeah.
So some people I'm recommended, do not eat greens.
Yeah,
if you're feeling under the weather.
Right.
Because that's a hard lesson to learn.
Oh, yeah.
I tell you.
Yeah.
So, and I did drink a lot of water. I remained well hydrated. And how about you, Doc?
Oh,
Dr.
man.
J.
I'm not doctor yet.
Almost.
I'm still on a deacon.
Right. You're still on the deacon board.
Yeah.
Deacon,
I ain't the doctor yet.
What about you? What's been going on?
When you're
on the Garden of Health?
When you're on a doctor, that means you're close to pastor. It seems
Right. Right.
So
right.
Pastor Stratford.
Okay.
But no,
just practice. Dawn and tell us what do you do on a week?
They wouldn't let me up there because I get to cussing and stuff. They'd be like, revoke his license today.
Yeah, you've gotten fired when you first started.
Right. When I walked in with my shirt on, button and everything.
But what's been growing on in my garden health? Nothing really. Maintaining my blood pressure. That's been about it.
Oh well, that's a good maintenance.
Yeah, that's just that, and my oil change is coming up.
I will tell you that we worked on the Green Estates.
Yeah.
And Dan wasn't feeling. He was saying that he had spots. He saw spots in his eyes he stood up.
I forgot about that story.
So Doc over here, he told him, "I think you're having a stroke." Dan was like, "Wait, what?" He said, "Yeah, I think you're having a stroke."
So you mean you told him you check your blood pressure?
Yeah,
I did.
Yes, he asked me if he checked his blood pressure.
So what happened was a guy that one of my customers at my other job, at my hobby as I call it, they came in and they was like real. He's like, "Man, I don't feel good. Like I feel different. Something's going on." And I was like, you drink some water. That's the first thing, we always say. You drink some water? He was like, "No, man, I think I'm just going to go home and lay down." Well, he came back and he told me he was on the verge. He was telling me he was seeing black spots. And he said he was on the verge of a stroke. His blood pressure was high, and plus he was stressing. Like, too many things at once. So, like, when I heard it, I was like, "You might." I didn't say you had a stroke.
No, he said it very confident. He was very confident. "Oh, you having a stroke."
I didn't say
you having a stroke. Yes, you are.
I said you might be having a stroke. On the verge of a stroke.
Dan just walking around all like nice and calm. And Jay was over there. And Jay, "You having a stroke." So I walked nice and calmly to my room because I have a blood pressure cuff. So I walked up and he was like, "Oh, you got one?" I said, "Yeah." So his blood pressure was 117/72. So I said, "You are not having a stroke. You are doing very. Your blood pressure actually is very well. Let me check yours over here. Make sure you ain't having a blood clot." But he was not having.
He was not having a stroke.
He was not having a stroke.
And you wonder why we call you Doc.
Right.
Okay. That has been validated.
Are those some of the symptoms that you
seeing black spots?
I'm gonna plead the fifth. I'm going to say if you do see black spots, go see your medical professional.
I did tell him that.
But I said also that it could be the fact that he was getting up real fast too.
Right.
Yeah.
But he said he was having them like
frequent.
And we don't know. You do need to see your doctor.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because he hasn't had adequate rest. He got up real fast. So and then he didn't. He ate something and he ate it real fast. So I contributed to all of that.
I mean, you mind researching that? What's going on if you see black spots?
Okay.
I'm about to type it up now because he done made me feel bad.
This young man.
That's right.
Research person, right?
Exactly.
That's right.
Exactly. How about you, Dr. Street?
For me,
what's been going on in your garden of health this week?
What's been really good for me is that I've been working out.
Good.
And I think that people of color really need to take that on as one of our mantras of really working out. Because if you look at us, we're more obese. We don't really have that workout ethic a lot of times that we should be doing on a constant basis. Because I didn't do it. I didn't do it for a long time. And it wasn't until lately that I said, I have to. I mean, I would walk and do stuff like that, but you have to make that a way of life. Not, I'm just feeling it today. You know what I mean? You have to really make that a conscious decision. I think we don't always make conscious decisions. Made my appointment to see my doctor on next week.
Oh,
right after
great.
the holiday.
Great.
Yeah.
So, just to go in and just check and things like that. So those are things I think that we need to do on a constant basis. Work out. And then if you have good health care, go and see your doctor. Make sure that you're checking yourself.
Exactly.
So black spots in your skin because it's also action about your vision as well.
Oh, really?
You want me to look up both or just
Your vision.
Vision.
And I even think that even being on, because a lot of times you think, oh, I'm slim and I don't have any body fat. You still need to work out.
You still do. That's right.
Because a lot of things pop up and you're like, what? I'm not overweight. I'm not this. And a lot of stuff is hereditary.
Right.
A lot of stuff is hidden. You could be so stressed out and don't even realize it. But imagine if you went and walked on the treadmill. Imagine if you just sat and rode the bicycle and relieving a lot of that tension, a lot of that stress.
Right. Well, there's two things that you want to look at. I want to give the one about how we, in terms of asthma, we always think that we have it hereditary when a lot of times that's the environment that you're in.
Right.
That's the biggest misnomer out here, I believe, in terms of medical. So we need to look at where we're living, what's impacting our area. Because one of the areas that I'm doing some research in, working with EPA on, is using those monitors for air quality. And I'm putting them at bus stops. So we can have, because a lot of times, they put air quality monitors up on the buildings. You should have it where people are breathing the air, like right here at this level. So that's one thing. The second thing.
Now, let me ask you this question,
Sure.
Dr. Stratford. What exactly are they what's the research related to? Poor air quality?
Poor air quality, how in our certain area, we need to try to, what is the reason that we're all going to electric? What is the biggest, because fossil fuels have been here for forever, and we've been using so much of it, we don't know anything else but that. And I think that people, that especially in our community, we're having such a hard time making that switch over to electricity. That is such a big piece for us. We don't even know that if we don't do this, that by the time, if we look at it, we only got one Earth. And it's going to keep on, keep on hurting us as a people because it's right in our communities most of the time. That's one thing. The second thing is in reference to, we call it sugar. We need to make sure that we're it's not just about candy, but the other things that, the white rice, the what is it, like linguine and all these things that turn to sugar.
Right.
Exactly.
We don't really look at how we need to see where the green is more, it's better for us. We still eating a lot of chicken boxes and fries. You know how we do
a
in
lot
our
of people
community.
don't know that starches turn straight to sugar as soon as
It
as soon as it
trans
hits your
fats.
tongue.
Exactly.
As
So
soon as
those-
it hits your tongue.
That's big in our community. But how many people really talk about that?
Right.
That's when you go to some of these little places. That's really big. We got the fried foods with the wrong oil, the potatoes, things of that sort. Our body is different. We don't have a European body. Let me start there.
Well, not all
People
of
of
us.
color.
I mean, some of us do.
Well, let me tell you what I mean. Have you ever read the book Eat for Your Blood Type?
What is it called?
Eating for Your Blood Type.
I have.
Okay.
And I actually have looked up my blood type to see what types of food I should be eating.
Yes.
What type of, even drinks, everything.
Yes,
But I
yes.
have done that.
So, but when I said that, I was meaning more so our bodies were used to having more fruits, vegetables, those kind of things. Europeans had the potatoes, things of that sort,
Right.
because that's why they used to call them the potato eater. So when you talk about our genes and all, they could actually digest it better than us, and that's one of the reasons. So even I'm gonna give you another one with Indians. You know why they used to call it fire water? Is because they could not accept that alcohol in their system, like the potato eaters, like other Europeans, and that's what really did it. So you have to really see what blends with your genes and your eating habits.
But one thing that's important is that you need to find out what your blood type is.
Yes.
Because
Eat
we
for your
have
blood
so
type.
many people. I am so surprised that people are not aware of their blood type.
Right.
And even all the times that you go and get blood, get blood or get blood tests for whatever, for them just to simply say, hey, can you find out what my blood type is?
Right.
It's that simple.
That's simple.
Now, if you go to the Red Cross, they actually give you a card with your
And
blood
let you
type
know.
on there.
Yeah.
That's how I found out mine.
Yeah.
And see, this is why it's important to listen to Health Tips and Hip Hop. We cover so much.
Yeah.
We cover so much that can
Within
help
a
so
quick
many
hour.
people. Absolutely. Now we're going to get over here to Javante.
It says tear, inflammation, or other eye conditions. Scattered clamps, fibers, can be tiny shadows in
retina.
Retina.
Right.
Okay.
So, did you all just hear that? You helped a whole lot of people just by telling them that, believe it or not. Because these are certain things to look out for. That's why it's always good to have a discussion.
Right.
You know, you were just having a little discussion as to what happened on the taping of your show, Meeting the Greens, which I hear is going to be phenomenal.
Yeah.
From that, we learned something that, hey, somebody had spots.
Right.
And most people would say, oh, I got up too quick.
Right.
And then somebody in the audience would say, probably your blood pressure. Go
Yeah.
get your blood pressure checked. You had a cough, but most people don't have the cough.
Mhm.
And then they would relate that to their blood pressure and say, well, I did eat a chicken box today, so I just won't eat it next week. But the spots continue, and then they never go away. So
Right.
we would attribute that to something else. So that's why it's so good to listen to Health Tips and Hip Hop and ask what's going on in the Garden of Health.
That's right.
We appreciate that. Thank you so much, brother. Okay, so to this week, I was just kind of scouting the internet, just a little bit, and I came across a great article. And I'm going to read this article to you. This is from MSN. The gentleman is 31 years old, and he was told that he was dying. And his reply to that was, I wish I'd gone to the doctor sooner, and I wish that I did not ignore the symptoms. So just to read on a little bit, I have to make my words a little bigger on here because I'm getting a little older. Maybe I need to go to the doctor and get my vision checked. Okay, all right, if my doctor Wyatt is listening, she told me the last telephone conversation.
Dr. Tawanda is like...
My Dr. Wyatt, she said, now, Mike, I want you to get your eyes checked because you know you're a diabetic. And I'm like, well, I'm pretty good. I don't see no spots. See that? But, sometimes as a nurse, you think you know it all.
Right.
And you don't.
Yeah.
I still need to go to my healthcare provider and get checked, as
Right.
well as physicians need to go to their healthcare provider.
Right.
So nobody is exempt to a healthcare provider.
Yeah, we are like cars. We need oil change and checkups.
That's right.
Don't avoid the flashing light that
That's
tells
right.
you to check your
That
engine.
warning light that goes off. That you think that you can keep driving.
Yeah.
You cannot keep driving. When that warning light goes off, baby, you better pull over.
You
and
only
see
got
what's
about
going
5
on.
to 10 miles.
That's right.
You made me think of it saying, don't neglect your medical oil change.
Yeah.
Come on here.
There you go.
Don't neglect it.
There you go. Now look, you're coming up with too much of good stuff. So,
Right.
let me turn the mic this way.
Right.
Talented young man,
Okay.
here. Very smart young man. It says a 31-year-old man diagnosed with terminal cancer regrets ignoring his symptoms and what he called manning up. And I just wanted to mention that. So everybody have their own way
Right.
as young men, but to him, it just wasn't cool to make it to the doctor. He didn't want to seem like he was a chump or less than a guy. So I'm quite sure he probably, it doesn't say this here, but he probably took over-the-counter medicines, and that's typically what we do. I am guilty of that. I wait until the last minute, and I'm like, well, you know what? I took some Pepto-Bismol or whatever. Oh, I'm feeling better. I'm feeling better. And of course, not every time you have a stomach ache or some type of ache should you go to the doctor. They're going to tell you take over the counter first, and then they want you to come in. But however, always keep that if it persists and you don't know what it is, after you consulted with everybody in the family like we do, you talk to your mom, and then she said, I'm going to talk to your grandma. Then grandma going to talk to granddaddy. And before you know it, you waited 3 months because you've tried everybody else's remedy
Right.
before going to your primary care person.
Yeah, that Pepto-Bismol was like mechanic in the bottle. It was temporary fix.
Yes,
Yeah.
a temporary fix
Yeah.
for sure.
That's it.
And I think what you just said too is so very important because when you do say man up, we are so stereotypical about being a man first. It's our duty. We have to go to work. We have to provide, you know. And then we get to the point that we, at times, we sexualize so much that when we go to the doctor, I don't want them, you know, probing me. I don't want them touching me. I don't want another man looking at me. When this is your doctor, you know, and even if you have a female doctor, but if you get sent off to the ER and that provider is a man, that's who's there to you know, assist you with whatever your needs are at the time. You can't, and I think that's such a big problem with men, is that we're so worried about sexuality.
I think a lot of that comes from the world. I think the world itself rationalized us to be, but like, where's the handbook that said a men's supposed to be providers? Because I want to know.
Right.
So
that's just something that our fathers and our parents passed down to us. But where does it say that that's the rule?
Right.
Well, I'm kind of old school.
Because that's what your parents taught you.
Exactly.
But where is the manual that says men are the providers?
Right.
I mean, some people can look at it like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just think that we've made traditions and made things to be the way that we want them to be, but those are not actual rules and facts that needs to be, which now demoralize the man, because now women are making high salaries and whatnot, and they're like, I'm the provider. What do you mean? I'm the breadwinner.
For the most part, even if they are, they go to the doctors.
Yeah.
So even if you
Women,
are the provider,
you're saying women,
right?
yes.
If you're the man and you are the provider, you still have to go to the doctors.
Well, not all women.
Yeah, but yeah.
Not all women, because
But
like
for the most part, they have
my wife, I'm gonna call her out. My
track
wife, I actually had to tell her, like, I think you need to go get a second opinion. You can't just trust one opinion, because she's having, you know, breathing problems, and I'm like, okay, well, you check with your doctor. She's like, yeah, my doctor said, you know, everything's cool. I'm like, okay, well, you might want to get a second opinion, because you shouldn't be.
But she did go to the doctor, though.
She went to the doctor, but also you have to understand that you have to get a second opinion. And doctors, not every doctor is gonna. That's like you take your car to a mechanic and he said your brakes was bad, and then you go to another one. He was like, well, you should have changed your rotors.
I think it's the trust that you have with your doctor. If this is a long-standing doctor, and I think this is another issue too, though. But when you have a long-standing doctor, you don't want to offend your doctor. Like,
I don't care. This is my health.
And I understand, you know, when it comes to your health. Yeah. But I think a lot of people do think like that. I've been with you a long time. I don't want to offend you because you know me. You know my body. So therefore, if I go get another opinion, he's going to think I don't trust him. So that's an issue sometimes.
But why do we trust all doctors, though? Because not all doctors are in the profession of to be trusted.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Say this. Why don't we look at what the situation is? Because if it's something that you don't know, if you don't know about what the situation is, let's just give you an example. If you have a pain in your stomach and somebody says, "Oh, that's gas," well, you as the actual patient, see, the patient is the one that gets the information to the doctor so he can make a decision. So if you don't feel that that's what it is, then you should still go to another doctor and find out, because if it's something that is remedied, let's take some Tums. If it's remedied, okay. But if you still got that pain and it's not helping, you definitely want to go to another doctor.
Well, if you have a real good doctor, your doctor will send you to the specialist of what, listen, I'm going to send you to so-and-so to go find out. But so what happened with...
Yeah, I wanted to ask, because I think even Michael said it in the story that it was a misdiagnosis.
Right, he was misdiagnosed. And he
so that right there tells me that not all doctors are
exactly,
because nobody's
specialized in that.
But remember, doctors can misdiagnose,
Yeah.
Because all the symptoms present as blah, blah, blah.
Mhm.
It's an educated guess, and they can't verify until they have tests.
Well, that's
You
why
know,
I
like
feel
your
you can
blood
get a second opinion.
Right. But sometimes your blood work may not
show up.
Well, it not show up, but may not seem as though it's that symptom. So they have to do a further investigation, then a further investigation,
Mhm.
you see. But with this gentleman, they didn't know that he had terminal cancer until they operated, according to this story. So he was saying, like me, unfortunately, I'm guilty of this. He didn't have time because he had to go to work. I will choose work over everything.
Wow.
And that's not good. So that
Right.
might be what you were talking
Mhm.
about, is too, like being the provider.
Yeah.
You're saying to yourself, well, oh, I gotta work. But take time out for your health. I still haven't had my colonoscopy yet.
Mhm.
I'm working on it. So
Michael, I think we're gonna have to take a field trip with you.
I know. We just gonna have to come pick you up.
We're gonna one of these Wednesdays or something, or Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday. We're gonna have to come pick you up, and we're going to the doctors with you because we care about you, Michael.
I know. And you know me, I probably wouldn't even show up. I'd be like, oh, I don't need you. I'm man enough. I don't need all these.
He probably pulled when he pulled on Monday, not answering the phone like that. You guys on your way. I'm not going to answer the phone.
We didn't talk about that on Monday.
Right.
But the worst thing that we can hear, that we hear all the time, if something's wrong, and I declare this is all the time, you probably even heard it. UBI. That is the main thing guys hear all the time. Have you heard that before?
Yeah.
Oh, tell us a story that you heard UBI.
I guess like one time this was probably when I was younger. I was a little sick and it was debated whether or not I should go to school, and it was like you be all right. You've been sicker than what you are right now. You be all right.
So that is a famous statement, because I know I would tell that to my son.
And we do it to our kids.
My mama told me that plenty of times.
Yeah,
You're
when
bleeding.
when you're tired, or
Yeah.
you doing something like that, and you come in and your head's bleeding and everything. You're like, boy, you all right? Go on upstairs.
You be going on upstairs.
Yeah.
So I guess that's something, but sometimes we do fake. When I was young, I have to be fair to my parents. I was faking a little bit, So.
Well, they know that by the time, school and let out and the kids outside playing, and you're like, Mom, can I go outside?
Right. No.
Now I'm all right.
Oh, now you won't go outside.
Right.
Now you ready to go outside. Because when my son, he would say, Dad, I don't, my head is really hurting and everything. I said, okay, stay on home. And I said, then while you're at home, you will not be playing the game. You're not going to be watching the TV, because I think that could be causing your head to be hurting. And I want you to have complete relaxation while you are home with the head hurting.
I think I'm all right.
So I leave out that door,
I'll be all right.
and I go to work, and I come home, and he was like, oh, I feel so much better. I said, oh, no.
Exactly.
You're going to stay right in here.
So you told them in the summary, instead of saying UBI, you said, okay, blah, 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 blah.
Oh, you won't fake sick in my house.
Yeah, my mama had this rule, and she had two sayings, and the sayings go like this: no school, no outside.
That's right.
No church, no outside.
Yeah.
I said, man, I can't win.
Yeah. No, you cannot act or fake sick in my house, because I will take you to the doctor. Oh, you sick? Oh, your stomach? I said, come on, get your clothes on, let's go. And they're like, wait, what? Yeah, let's go.
So after that,
my insurance covers that. Let's go.
I'll be all right.
Yeah.
If you going fake sick, you and want to act like you gonna be better, you better wait till like 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
We learned.
8 o'clock at night, you better get some Vicks and rub it on your chest and go to bed. That's what you better do.
Or 6.
Dr. Mike, I want to say this.
Yes.
I want to go back to a point that Dr. Monroe was talking about, asking about the person who is to be the provider. Biblically, Eve was given to Adam. And in this day and time, she was taken from his rib, so she's supposed to be beside him, working with him to be his helpmeet. At the end of the day, men are going to be always responsible for the wife and the family, but you have to be in that order. Because if you don't want to be under the covering, don't say, I'm not going to be under the covering, but yet you want all the benefits of it. And when I say that, meaning that that person is, they're helping, they're the ones leading, they're a part of this. Might not have all the money, because guess what? It don't mean that you have to have all the money, but it says that you are there and you're present and you are part of the leadership. Most people, and women are like this too, and I'm not just saying women, they don't want to be under that covering of having to listen because they make more money. And that's hard for a man sometimes, because we are used to leading and wanting to be able to lead. You don't ever want to be disrespected. You don't ever want to feel like you don't make a difference in that house.
And in being a leader, make sure that you have good health.
Yes,
you want to be in good health. You want to provide an example to your family. But getting back to even with the UBI, okay. And I wanted to say this because, you know, I'm a nurse, so I listen to a lot of young ladies, and I'm just making a comparison. I can hear one say, wait, girl, you know, my stomach hurt. They'll be like, oh, really, what's wrong? And they'll give an explanation what's going on. They're like, oh, my God, I know Keisha, such and such having the Keisha. You should get that checked out because it could be blah, blah, blah. But if you, I just do a study. If you talk to a dude, you're like, man, my arm is just like, it's swole. You know, that's a big word in our community. And I'm going to tell you all, swole is not a word. I said swole in nursing school, and my teacher said, Michael, what is a swole? I said, you know, when your arm's swole, thank you, Mama. I said, you know, when your arm's swole, she said, do you mean swollen?
Right.
I said, yeah. So,
Let's use all the syllables.
Exactly. So people out there, don't use swole. You can't be, you know, the girl was all swole up. It's not swole. It's swollen.
Okay.
So please remember that.
See what you learn on Health Tips and Hip Hop.
Yes. I just learned that I have ebonics.
Right.
But it's just a word that we use down, I guess, down the years, you know. We understand it. But, you know, you can't talk to it. Imagine me talking to a doctor. Well, Dr. Kramer, his whole left side was swole. You might say, okay. Especially if he's not from the community. I'm quite sure a doctor from the community would say, oh, my God, Mike, you may not want to use that word, but I get what you're saying.
Right.
So, you know, and most of them don't say UBI unless they're kids. You know, women will say to their kids UBI. But, you know, they'll say, okay, well, what else is going on? Well, compared to the guy that typically would say, oh, UBI, soaking Epsom salt. And that's it. You know, we don't get into the nitty gritty, into the detail, most of us. So try not to use UBI unless your kids don't want to go to school, you know, but always follow up and, you know, ask questions in depth. That way we'll have a better understanding as to what's going on, because this poor young man, only 31, terminal cancer. I'm quite sure maybe he went to work one day and said, man, my stomach hurt. And somebody said, well, I got Pepto in my truck, man. So just take the Pepto.
Gas.
You be all right.
Probably got a little gas up there.
Just a little gas. I had it yesterday. What'd you eat? He explained what he ate. He ain't have the gas good. You be all right. Can you work an extra 4 hours? Versus him saying, you know, I need to take off so I can go to the doctors and do my follow-up. I'm a preacher when it comes to this, because guess what? I am guilty of that. I don't feel as though I'm being hyper male if I don't go to the doctors, but I do put work ahead of everything. So if you guys
I'm totally opposite.
Workaholic.
I was about to say
I'm not a hypochondriac, but I, you know, if I know my body, so if I feel like something's just out of the abnormal, I'm going to go to the doctor. I'm gonna leave work, so I'll call somebody and say, "Can you pick up my kids?" Because I need to go at that time. You know, and it's
because you're no good if you know to your kids.
To my kids, I'm a single father. I'm a single father, so therefore I have to make sure that I stay in great health in order to take care of my kids.
Mhm.
And even like, Cortez is 23. Yeah, but Cortez has, his disabilities where I have to be there. So it's a nonstop job.
Mhm.
So I always make sure, and I don't run to the doctor for everything. If the other day I had a cold, and I didn't feel like, I had to run and go find out if I had COVID.
Yeah.
Because I didn't feel like I had COVID. I just knew my body wasn't feeling, I wasn't feeling,
Right.
Feeling good. So, but it's something that you have to know your body.
Mhm.
Right. But yet, if something's going on extreme, you will definitely go to the doctor.
I'm always going to go to the
If
doctor.
your body
Yes.
tells you to go, you will definitely go. And that is another capturing thing about health tips in hip hop.
Mhm.
Now, I hope you guys can understand what I mean by this. Your body is your garden, and you're the farmer of your garden. And typically, I don't know if you guys know anything about farming, but farmers exchange ideas. So you telling me this, I have to cultivate my body to make sure everything is okay. So
That's
I'm
insane.
farming my body by listening to you. You're saying, okay, in so many words, you're saying, hey, Mike, you have to take priority about your health.
Mhm.
And you even mentioned it. You
Yeah.
said you got to have good health to be around,
To provide for your
Dr.
family
Stratford.
as as we as you say, that's what you're supposed to do.
Exactly.
As a man, same way when I told you when I came back that next week, I had people from church who was like, we gonna fight. I'm like, fight? What I do? They was like, you're no good to your family if you're gone. So why not take your blood pressure medicine?
Yeah.
Right.
So that's when, I was like, I'm on it. I've been taking care of everything. But a lot of times we put priorities over everything except what we need to, and that's our health. And we'll be like, I'll be all right. Yeah, I'll be all right.
You'll be all right.
I'll be all right. I'll make an appointment. And the appointments these days now, because my doctor can't see me until after the new year, basically. So, or you got to do these video conferences or phone conferences now. COVID then messed up everything.
Oh, yeah.
Because now everybody want to do these visits where they want to Skype you. And I need you to physically.
And it is so funny.
Take my blood pressure, listen to my heart.
They'll say, can you stick out your tongue? You can't tell nothing on this Zoom call, this Skype call, telling me to stick out my tongue.
All they ask
I
you is
told
what are
you
your
my
symptoms?
back is hurting, and you saying stick out your tongue. For what? Ain't nothing on my tongue telling you about my back.
Yeah.
Well, I'm very guilty. I prefer the video conference.
No.
I don't like video conferences.
I'm glad y'all mentioned that because I feel the same way with school. I'm like, I'm not learning nothing on this Zoom call. I need to be in person. That's why I'm going to Howard Community College. I'm like, I want to be fully in person. I don't want to do no virtual because I'm not learning nothing. And I might fail. And I'll say I'm a pretty good student. I'm either bringing home an A, B, or C. Nothing lower than that.
Hot dog.
Yeah,
You said you want to be there in person because I think when we're doing virtual with the doctor, we're sitting there and I'm guilty of this. I'm trying to do other things with the kids. I got to put the kids on mute. I'm on the phone with the doctor right now.
Too many distractions.
It's too many distractions. And if I want to get personal with you,
the phone
I can't get
ring
personal
a
with
couple
you.
times.
Right? What you want me to get up, pull my pants down? I got something. No. I can't do
feel like
that.
a pervert at that
I
point.
don't know who's all on the camera, so I'm like, I
Might
can't
be
do all that.
screenshots or something
Hello?
like that.
Yeah.
So that virtue, that whole
Yeah, I don't
virtue
like
thing,
it.
I don't either.
She asked me, I was like, nah, I prefer
Yeah. Even my son was doing therapy sessions through virtual, and I stopped him because I said, every time you get on here, how was your day?
Mhm.
So did anything happen today? So can you tell me? But my son is sitting there going, no. He's looking all around. And I'm like, if you met with him in person, you probably would get to know his personality and know him as a person. You can't get to know him through this
video call.
You can't get to know him. So
Yeah.
I don't like him.
My personal My personal opinion, I think it depends on the therapist. If the therapist is good, they could be able to work with the patient, whether it's virtually or in person. It might. I think it's to your personal preference,
right?
And if you have any distractions or anything like that.
Well, you better speak.
A young man after my own heart.
Yes.
I totally agree with you. However, I had so many virtual appointments with my doctor. She told me no more.
I know that's right.
That's because you're scared to come inside.
That's what she said, Michael. No, you want me to refill your medicine?
You need to come in.
That's called blackmail.
Right? No, you need
It's
to
called
come in.
That's called blackmail. I'm African American. I know what blackmail
No,
is.
you need to come in. You need to come
That's
in.
what blackmail looks like.
Right. She said, I need you to come in and take that shirt off so I can put this stethoscope, what's it called? Up to your chest and tell you to take a deep breath.
If you go to the doctor, the nurses get that for the doctor. So I'm a nurse. Okay, here I am being a hypocrite. You're right. I need to go. And Dr. Wyatt, if you're listening, all right, I'm going to make an appointment. You all that are listening.
When's the last time when's the last time that you physically have seen your doctor?
Oh, we're out of time. We're going to talk about this next week. We are going to have a conversation about this next week, and we will also have an interaction where the listeners can speak about going to the doctors. Do they have a preference of going to the doctor or speaking to the doctor virtually? So I think it's the same for me right now. This is just how I feel right now. I know if my doctor's listening, she's going to say, Michael, no.
Yeah.
So this is what we're going to discuss next week, Lord's willing, after Christmas, heading in the new year, and everyone out there, please have a happy and safe holiday. Enjoy. Does anybody like to say something real quick?
It was a pleasure.
Only because we running out of time. I was going to get to your answer, there, but we're running out of time. Amen.
It was a pleasure being on your show. Hopefully, I can come back in the future, in the near future.
All right.
Well, we appreciate having you, but you're a little too good, so you may have to say. How about you?
Oh no, we out of time and everything right now. Cause see, all this time that we spending right now, you could have answered my question. But anyways, have a happy and Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to all those listening to Health Tips in Hip Hop.
Merry Christmas to everyone.
Thank you.
Happy holidays and what's growing on in your garden?
I guess I add one more thing. Okay. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you all.
I know that's right. Yes, sir.
All right, and remember what's going on in your garden of health. This is Health Tips in Hip Hop, and we are signing off. Have a wonderful, happy Christmas, or whatever you celebrate. How about that?
Your Christmas kisses, so chocolatey.
I gotta get a picture. Just like I got a picture with Baltimore Bella. She was here yesterday.
Feeling so excited.
I got another show I got to do. I got a guest.